Hello hockey fans and welcome to another edition of Inside the WCHA. I'm Ryan Phelps. Look us up on your favorite social media sites, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. And don't forget those conference games. You can watch them at flowhockey.tv, and while there you can also sign up for monthly or season passes. Into the weekend, Northern Michigan and Alaska were tied on top of the standings with 12 points apiece, followed by the Mavericks, Lakers, and Falcons. The Seawolves, Beavers, and Huskies each had 3 points. We had 6 series this past weekend with 9 of the 10 teams in action. Only Bowling Green sat idle. We start with Minnesota State at Michigan Tech, up in the UP for a pair. This one scoreless through 20 minutes. Into the second period we go. Mavs on the attack. They throw the puck toward the net. Reggie Lutz, Johnny on the spot, banks it in for a 1-0 lead. Same score, same period. Mavs on a 5-minute power play. Working the perimeter, Mark Michaelis spots Julian Napravnik. He puts it in the back of the net, and it's 2-0 MSU. Jared Spooner would put in one more early in the third period. Mavericks win Friday night 3-0. On Saturday, Minnesota State starts their attack a little earlier. Michaelis just dumps the puck to an open spot of ice. Charlie Gerard, beautiful drag move in close, 1-0 Mavs. That's his 6th of the season. Early second period, Huskies on the attack looking for their first goal of the weekend. The turnover goes to Seamus Donahue. He puts it upstairs for his first of the year. We're tied at 1. Same score late second period. Hookinson from the point. Parker Toomey there to clean up the trash. 2-1 the final score. Minnesota State with the road sweep. Dryden McKay made 48 saves on the weekend. To Beaver Country we go. Lake Superior State at Bemidji State. And they impressed the home crowd on Friday night. On the attack early first, Nick Cardelli finds Adam Brady in the slot who puts it away. 1-0 BSU. They weren't done. They would score early and often in this one. Kyle Loft looking for his first of the year, but Charlie Combs says nay. Combs gets a piece of it, 2-0 Bemidji State. Adam Brady would add another in the first period for his 4th of the year. Bemidji State scores 7 straight to win 7-1 on Friday. On Saturday, Brady scores another early in the first, so Lake State down a goal, but on the rush, Yuki Miura, what a beautiful move, but he doesn't get the goal. It's tapped in by Alexandro Ambrosio. His 2nd of the season ties the game at 1. BSU says that's enough. They come out flying in the second period. Will Zamolik's shot from the point. Alex Adams flips home the rebound. 2-1 Beavers. Ethan Somoza would add another just over a minute later. 5-1 the final on Saturday. The Beavers get the sweep with a huge offensive outpouring. A struggling start, but they seem to right the ship at home. They get all 6 points on the weekend. Next up, we head to Alabama and a long road trip for Alaska Anchorage at Huntsville. But they make it worth their while. It's a shootout on Friday night. Seawolves up 3-2. Look at this beautiful play by Braden Camrud to Taylor Lance, and it's now 4-2 Anchorage. They take that lead into the third. Chargers trying to claw their way back in front of the home crowd. They work the puck free off the sideboard scrum, shot from the point, rebound, and Jack Jeffers puts it home and pulls Huntsville within 1. And a 5-on-3 midway through the third. They set up Dane Finson with the blast to tie the game at 4. We head to overtime, then a shootout. Christian Rogic trying to keep things alive for the Chargers. Christian Stead makes the save. It officially ends a 4-4 tie, but the Seawolves get the extra conference point in the shootout. On Saturday, it's Huntsville who draws first blood. Another big one-time blast, this time from Tanner Hickey. It doesn't go in, but the rebound does. Brandon Salerno's first of the year on the power play. 1-0 home team. It wouldn't last long. Seawolves surge back. Always a smart idea to throw the puck in front of the net. They do. Trey DeGraff knocks it home to tie the game at 1. Into the third, more Anchorage and more DeGraff. Carmine Buono with a shot from the point. DeGraff with the redirect, his 2nd of the game, 3rd of the season. Alex Fry would add one more. Alaska Anchorage wins 3-1. They get 5 points on the weekend down in Dixie. To the non-conference portion of the weekend, tough night Friday, Western Michigan winning 4-2 over Ferris State. It was a home and home, so they're in Big Rapids on Saturday. Broncos score early, but the Bulldogs get one back. Dominic Lutz with a low-angled shot sneaks it past the goaltender, and we are tied at 1. Early second period, Western Michigan back on the board. Austin Rushoff makes it 2-1. And they cruise from there. 8-2 the final score. Tough weekend in the home and home series for Ferris State. We'll stay in state and go from Big Rapids to Marquette. St. Cloud State at Northern Michigan for a non-conference set. Huskies score 3 in the second to take a 3-0 lead into the third. But back-to-back major penalties put the Wildcats to a 5-on-3. And they take advantage. Vincent DeMay from his favorite spot on the ice, his 8th of the year, and Northern is on the board. Moments later, they try the same thing. Vincent DeMay's shot goes just wide, but Andre Gantos is there for the putback, and that cuts the lead to 1. And there's still plenty of time in the 5-on-3. St. Cloud State calls timeout. They try to catch their breath. Didn't work. Gantos back at it again. This time it's in the scrum. The backhander finds its way in, ties the game at 3. That's how this one would end on Friday. 3-3 the final as John Hawthorne made 21 saves for Northern Michigan. Saturday was eerily similar. St. Cloud State scores 3 straight in the first. So the Wildcats are down. They claw their way back. Trailing 2 midway through the third. And it's Griffin Loughran dangling through the slot, puts it home for his 9th of the year. And MU back in business and back on the power play less than a minute later. Darian Craighead getting in the action down to Loughran. Beautiful feed through traffic. Ty Reedman scores. That ties the game at 4. And once again, we head to overtime. St. Cloud State buzzing, and they take advantage. Nick Perbix with the game winner, 5-4 the final. A wonderful series between two storied programs. For our final series, we go north to Alaska. Arizona State making the trek to the Northland. And things looking good early. They score the first goal late in the first period. On to the second we go, tied at 1. Nanooks with numbers. Philip Fornes-Vincent keeps it himself and puts Alaska up 2-1. Just over a minute later, the announcement's still going on. Beautiful feed from Colin Doyle to Caleb Height. He scores his first career goal, and the Nooks are up 3-1. Sun Devils tie it. We head to the late third. Colton Leader sits tight at the left point, finds Kyler Hope coming in, dangles a bit from the slot, and that's your game winner. Alaska takes game 1 4-3. Sun Devils bite back on Saturday with a 4-0 win. Anton Martinson and Gustav Skriggles combined for 40 saves in the weekend split. With Northern Michigan and Alaska both playing in non-conference series, the top of the standings look much different after the weekend. Minnesota State now has the lead. The reigning champs have 15 points, just ahead of Northern and Alaska. The Beavers and Seawolves are neck and neck. Anchorage, by the way, just 3 points behind their total of 11 points all last season. And it's only November. Nice turnaround. The Falcons and Lakers are tied, followed by the Huskies, Chargers, and Bulldogs. Coming up this week, all conference games with a couple of teams off. Bemidji is at Ferris State, Tech at Lake State, Alaska travels to Northern Michigan, and Bowling Green is in Anchorage. MSU and Huntsville are idle. And that brings us to our WCHA Weekly Awards. Our forward of the week, we should be used to it by now, Vincent DeMay from Northern Michigan for the 3rd time this year. He continued his hot start with a career-best 3-point night on Friday. In the Wildcats come-from-behind overtime tie with St. Cloud State. He then added an assist Saturday night to bring the team within 1 halfway through the 3rd period. His 4-point weekend was a personal best and led all WCHA skaters. Our defenseman of the week is Kyle Oft from Bemidji State, who recorded his first collegiate point in Bemidji's 7-1 win over Lake State on Friday. He posted a pair of assists, including the helper on the game-winning goal as the Beavers hit the 7-goal mark for the first time since 2009. Our goaltender of the week is Dryden McKay from Minnesota State. as the sophomore stopped 48 of 49 shots in the Mavericks' two-game sweep at Michigan Tech over the weekend. He turned away all 31 on Friday for his 6th career shutout and 2nd of the season, before making 17 more on Saturday to complete the sweep. And our Rookie of the Week is Andre Gantos of Northern Michigan, who led the Wildcats back from a 3-0 third-period deficit with a pair of power play goals as the Wildcats rallied to earn the 3-3 tie with St. Cloud State. He added his 3rd goal of the weekend in Saturday's contest to share the WCHA lead in weekend goals and tie for 3rd nationally. Well, that'll do it for now. We'll be back with more next week. In the meantime, hit us up on your favorite social media sites. And for live conference action, check out flowhockey.tv. There you can sign up for monthly or season passes. Thanks again for joining us, folks. This has been Inside the WCHA. I'm Ryan Phelps.